problem with talking about ideology is that it's been given such a bad rap. In common parlance, it's taken to be myth, lie, false consciousness. I think the important thing to bear in mind with ideology is that, yes, there are myths, and certainly they are cultural myths, but we live our lives in real ways. Our lives are real to us, and the way that we accommodate our thinking to prevailing myths are real accommodations that we really make. And they are part of the fabrics of our lives and part of our social relationships and part of our practices. So the fundamental problem with ideology is, I think, to recognize the extent to which our real practices that are important to us are embedded in a system of meanings that might in fact be detrimental to us. And that's tough because it's a real taking stock. I remember when I was really young, there were all the consciousness raising sessions, especially around women's issues. And the important thing there was that people did it collectively. Women in their living rooms or around the kitchen table would undergo consciousness raising as a group. And it was much less hurtful because people could kind of recognize the extent to which a lot of detrimental ideas about gender that had been in many ways sustaining for a broad sector of women had to be looked at. But you don't have to do it alone if you're in a consciousness raising situation. It was happening not just in small groups around kitchen tables, it was happening more broadly in the culture. So there was a culture of support that made the looking at ideology less fearsome and more exhilarating, and truly could capture the libertary possibilities that are unlocked at that moment. But the trouble is that because we live in a more atomized society right now, so much of our lives are spent, searching the media, looking at the media, using our internet connectivity, using our pads and phones. Anything that happens kind of in the vacuum of the self, connected to others across virtual links. But my question is, do those virtual links have the power of sustenance that real face-to-face collective consciousness raising once held for people? So that's an issue, I think.